Hi crafty friends, Mary here. So today I am making my card for submission to the Craft Roulette card submission, Craft Roulette challenge. And the theme is a A2 card folding that opens to the left side fold. It needs to have some kind of masking. It needs to have an element of a stamp of some kind, like postage stamp. And it needs a background of yellow, some kind of yellow background. It doesn't have to have all background. The whole background doesn't have to be all yellow, but some kind of background element in yellow. So when I heard, I was a little disappointed with yellow. Yellow is not my favorite color to work with, but I persevered. When I heard the postage element, I was kind of happy because I was watching the video, well, the last part of the video or the last part of the show on my computer, because earlier I was watching on my phone because we had lost internet service for some reason. But once everything came back and I went to my computer to finish the show, my stamps, my real, U.S. mail postage stamps were sitting right next to me. And I happened to look over and see my Star Trek stamps. They came out, I think, like a couple years ago, and I still have a couple sheets left. I love these stamps, and I think this one was a really cool one. The Wonder Woman stamps were really cool, and of course the Halloween ones that came out a couple years ago were really cool. So I thought, wow, I really like this one with the yellow background. I can recreate that for my card. So I did a little prep work because it took a long time to do this prep work. Yeah, so I'm going to recreate this one with a yellow background because I have a spaceship. Indeed, I do. I have this stamp with the characters from the original Star Trek episode. I don't know. Well, Kinder Stamp has a lot of these stamps that have, I believe she has copyright to make them look like the original characters, because I have the original Star Trek, I have the Next Generation ones, I have the Doctor Who set. I think there's 2 Doctor Who sets. I only have one of them. And I have her monsters, or her Freddy Krueger, Jason, and those. So I have a ship. And it's not the same ship as on the stamp, but Poetic Justice. So so that's what I'm going to do. That's what my card is going to be based on, this postage stamp. So I kind of hand drew the symbol for space, for Star Trek, Space Academy, or Starfleet, and I hand drew it. So that's going to be my masking element. In addition to that, my other masking element is going to be the Forever USA stamp postage letters, which I die cut using an old letter die from Diversions. I will post the name of this. I don't have it offhand in front of me, but I will post the name of it on my blog. But it's probably sold out because Diversion, the website, is no longer available. It's no longer up, although there are some Diversion dies still available on Dice R Us. But I don't know if this one is still available. But these are really small letters. I believe they're about 1/4 of an inch. Yeah, about a, yeah, or even less. But like I said, I'll post the details to this die on my post, on my blog post. So I use them with double-sided tape to get to use them as mask. So now I'm going to ink my background, um, yellow, and I'm going to use mustard seed for it. Um, you can tell a little bit by from the actual postage that the background is not a solid yellow. There's some spots of yellow, of white seen through, and some like a little orange over here or a little rust. I have on my computer over on the other side that I can see. I have a blown up picture of it and I can see it. So I will try to mimic that, but I'm not going to be overly sad if I don't get it 100% correct. It is just a card after all. So, yeah, so I'm just going to start masking. Another thing I did was I put masking tape along the edges because I want to get like a really small, like an 1/8 of an inch all the way around, because the stamp itself has an 1/8 of an inch, or not an 1/8 of an inch, but it has a really small border. And then if you can, as you can tell with this one, it has the a white border with a little perforated shape that we all know, stamp shape. Now I can't cut it using, shaped scissors because I gave away my scissors actually fairly recently, a couple months ago. See, that's my mask. I'm not to worry if I go outside the mask a little bit because the back of this is going to be black for space. So now around my letters, I didn't push them in a lot because I don't want to really glue them down. I just want to use them as mask. And if you could tell right here, I used a tiny version of the Starfleet logo. Come on. I should have used regular masking tape instead of just a Post-it note. Okay, so I think that's good for the masking of that. So now, clean my fingers a little. I'm going to remove this cat hair everywhere. And I'm going to, what am I going to do? Well, I have the Post-it note that I got. Let's see. Now I'm going to try to let's do a little bit of put a little adhesive to tape it down. just like that. So now let's get some black ink and do the black. And we'll use, let's use this one. Not bad. I got a little bit offside. We'll see if we can fix this somehow. I think I could fix this with a marker. And I got a little bit over here. So we'll see how we can fix that. Okay. Let's see. Take a black marker. And we could just maybe expand the mask a little bit. Here we go. And then grab the stuff like that. There we go. And I'm just going to finish the whole covering the whole thing. Now these are very inexpensive markers, so I have no problems doing this. My understanding is that if you do this with Copics, you run the risk of damaging your nibs. But these are not Copics, so I have no problems with it. Okay, so I'm going to even out a little bit. I'm going to move this, and so I could do this way. See if I could make it a little bit. No, can't do it with that. I just want to smooth the curve a little. It's too jagged. There we go. Like that better. Okay, that's good. Let's see what happens now. Okay, I'll take my yellow again, and can I put some more yellow here? Not bad. Not bad. Okay, I am going to take the, no, I'm going to keep that in there because I want to use the crinkle method, even though crinkle's not part of the deal this time, to put those extra colors that we saw onto the and I think we're going to do the corduroy. And just a little bit. I'm looking at the picture of the stamp right here. Just a little. That's it. Maybe a little over here. Disguise the boo-boo. Like that. That's good. Okay, that's done. Tone it down with more yellow if you need to. Beautiful. I like it. Okay, now I'm going to remove the little stickers. See if it did what it did. Oh, yeah, I never thought about it. You could do it with stickers too. Little tiny letter stickers. If you don't have the die. So now, when I lift all these little letters out, my thing is there. Now this is on the, it's orange, or it could be red. So I can color that later. Now I'm going to remove the table. And I'm still not really happy with how jagged that is because it's very smooth in the picture. Well, it is smooth, but so now I am going to get a white gel pen and I'm going to make marks because I don't know if you can tell, but the stamp has little like streaks, like they're a warp, and I'm going to make marks. But first I'm going to grab my stamp. Now my stamp, the stamp I have, the spaceship is pointing in the other direction, and I've had the worst time. I cannot for the life of me, I know you could stamp it and then onto something and then move it and then get up, what did they call it? The opposite or reverse the direction of the stamp, and I've tried that multiple times with different stamps and I've had nothing but unsuccessful. I've never been able to do that. So instead of doing that, what I did was I stamped it onto acetate with Versamark or Versa Stays On, yeah, with Stays On ink. I stamped it out acetate and then I just back the acetate, glued it onto a gray cardstock, and then I'm just going to put it there. Now, the stamp itself has some color in it, like a gray and some red and stuff like that, but I didn't do that. So I'm just going to wing it like this. So I'm going to put my card over here so that it stays there, like that. So I'm going to mark my, like this. So if I put my ship like this, I want my lines to go in that kind of this direction. Let me think. Yeah, now in the picture it looks like the lines are in different colors. So once I put them in white, I want to see if I could do add colors to them with another, because I had at one point I had other colors of gel pens, but since they've all dried up by now, so I can't use any other color of gel pen. But I don't think this is not a gel pen. Can it right over the red? Yeah, a little bit. Not too bad. That's the only color I have of that. Let me get a gray color. This is number 69. What about 67, 65? Because I don't want the streaks to be so pronounced. Like that. There we go. I'm going to have to fix this. This is bugging me. And then let's color the little with it doesn't show up. So that's my card, which is reproducing or I can't talk. I took inspiration from the Star Trek stamps by the U.S. Post Office. Yeah. I like it. I think it looks nice. Looks nice. Very cool. So that's my card for this week's post and this week's challenge. This was a fun card to make and a fun challenge. As always, this is a really fun weekly challenge to do, and I hope you guys decide to join us sometime. So until next time, take care.